Greetings everyone from the island of Ithaca here in Greece. It's August and I'm at Homer's place once again, where a year ago I made a decision to intuitively listen to the signs of the hero's journey, and we ventured into Module 3, into the territory of Jung and Joseph Campbell and the art of dying, and found our way into astrology, and from there the great discoveries of the 2020 planetary alignments, which have in a way foretold exactly where we are right now in the current pandemic crisis of 2020. It was all foretold in the stars, and we prepared ourselves, and here we are finding ourselves not but 2 modules away from the completion of the Contemplative Studies program. And so I just wanted to give each and every one of you a couple of updates. First and foremost, on behalf of Allison and I, we want to thank you so much for continuing the journey. We lost some people in Module 3 back then, but the majority of you have stayed the course, and we've invited a few more friends to join us. And we are so happy to be with you and Geshe Tenzin Zopa and the team in the midst of a lifeboat in the sky, or in a lifeboat in the cloud, during such unprecedented historical time of disillusion and time of regeneration. And so nothing could be more meaningful than to stay together and to study Dharma and to plant seeds of virtue and to purify negativities from the past, and in a way to find our way through the birth canal together into a new life. And so it's really important for me to continually convey to you on behalf of the team that we're just so grateful that we're together, and just how lucky, how fortunate we are to be studying Dharma. We have a qualified Mahayana guru. We've done so much study together. It may take years and years and years to integrate and metabolize, but it is so unprecedented what we're doing. Most people really just stick together for a short period of time and commit to short little bits of study, but we've really done an enduring run of such consequence. And so let me just continually convey my deepest appreciation for your commitment and for your enthusiasm. Although it waxes and wanes, as mine does, the net end result of being together is just so immensely satisfying and important. I want to just give you a few perspectives of where we find ourselves now with just 2 modules left. We've had the great welcoming into the mandala of the Tantras with Geshe Tenzin Zopa's 3-part series. I hope that you've been following that, and of course that's archived. This is an unprecedented opportunity to study with a qualified guru in the tantric tradition. Geshe Tenzin Zopa having spent 25 years with his master Lama Konchog, a hill-dwelling or mountain-dwelling yogi, adept, one of the greatest masters of the 20th century, 21st century. So we're just, it's a miracle, nothing short of a miracle, to have him by our side, guiding us, inspiring us, and leading us through the gateway into the Tantras. And I have been steady at work with Allison to develop Module 7, and we have a great lineup of guest speakers, and that module is called, if I'm not mistaken, Enter the Diamond. Of course, the diamond is a reference to the Tantras, or the Vajrayana, the Diamond Way. And I have a whole slew of guest speakers who will be joining you, all of them masters, artisans, contemplatives, yogis, scholars in their own right. And so I think we're in for a real treat, unpacking the Vajrayana, or tantric teachings, specifically through the lens of Green Tara and the divine feminine. So so many of you female women yogis out there, you've been asking for more female mentorship, and so I've invited a few females to join us and to give us their guidance and wisdom. And we'll also all be channeling the divine feminine in each of us, and particularly Green Tara is notable for her ability to channel enlightened activity, and to be available, and to be industrious, and to remove obstacles, and to be creative, and in the sense of recreating and redesigning the planet. So I think that energy, in my mind, is really what the next half year, let's say, is really all about, is putting on our creative imagination, tapping the neural energy of bliss, and riding the wave of creativity so that we can all integrate mind and brain, masculine and feminine, self and other and planet, to forge forward in the pandemic of 2020 and create what we can of a new world. There's so much obvious suffering right now. My thoughts are at the present moment with Beirut, but really the world over, everybody is going through a massive dissolution. And so the tantras are so vital right now. The tantric teachings could not afford us more power tools at a time like now to be available to others. The social justice movement, the economic crisis, the ongoing medical concerns of the planet, just so much strife and chaos and confusion and disillusion. It is the raw material out of which a new civilization can be created if we have the wherewithal and the skill and the vision to really mold from clay a new life and a new world. And so that's really what the tantras offer. And closer, that module 7 will take us through October. And for the remainder of the year, what I'd like to do is I'd like to get everybody up to speed in preparing for receiving their certificate. It just occurred to me recently that many people just signed on for the course. They've just been following as best they can. But I don't want anybody to have any regrets. And I think that we will have a nice 2-month period from November to December where we can work together to support each other to backlog any homework assignments, quizzes, revisit material, and get everybody up to speed so that sometime in the new year when we're completing Module 8 and the entire CSP, you can complete the entire course in a meaningful way and graduate with a certificate. So that has just dawned on me, and I would like to share that a wish with all of you, that let's go nicely and strongly and courageously through the tantric material, and in the latter months of the 2020 period, let's support each other in completing all our assignments so that we're all up to speed and can all graduate together, because I cannot tell you, this 2-year program will never be run this way again, certainly not live. And so you are part of a community, you're part of a contingency of like-minded individuals who have had the one-off opportunity to go through the CSP live amidst the pandemic. And I just think as a sort of totem or offering or way of sealing and celebrating your accomplishment, let's move towards completing all the course requirements that have been laid out for the degree or for the certificate. That would make things for me feel very precious and meaningful, and I hope for you too. So that's my plan. Of course, 2021 will bring our final module. As yet, that will remain undisclosed. Its actual nature, we'll give it time to germinate on its own course, and we'll see. I do have one pilgrimage in the works. I hope that we will all together go on the Maha pilgrimage, the great pilgrimage of the Buddha Trail from Nepal into Bodh Gaya, touching all the holy sites of the Buddha's life. It seems auspicious that we would end our work together in the CSP, but by at least some of us going on that incredible journey together. So despite all the uncertainties of how travel might play out in the coming months and years, I will at least plant the seed of that as a possibility and share that inspiration and hope with you, that we will together be in those holy sites together to commemorate the completion of our course of study together. Of course, this is not the end, it's only the beginning, but I won't, and Allison and Cole and Walter and Emily and Mindy and Kristen and Heather, none of us are going to come together to do this ever again in this way. And so to me, I'm starting to think about the end here, the last phase or stretch, and hoping to make it as auspicious as I possibly can. So I wanted to just bring you those updates and that energy here from Homer's place on the island of Ithaca. This is the destination of the great Odyssey of Homer, and that is exactly what we've been on together, an enormous spiritual odyssey, one that will likely be marked in our mind stream forevermore. And so what we have done together is a tremendous blessing and movement of motivation and energy and commitment to the path, for which I am forever grateful. All best wishes, and looking forward to continuing with you very soon.